Today I'm going to show you how to set up a spreadsheet to evaluate whether to buy a Honda Civic or a Prius if your concern is how much money it costs versus how much money you'd save. So first of all, let's enter into the car type. The car type of the Honda Civic, represented by Honda, and Prius. And we're going to put in the miles driven. Of course, it makes a big difference how many miles you drive per year. I'm going to say 15,000, which might be a little high to begin with. And I'm going to duplicate that by putting equals C14, because that cell is C14. Alright, and miles per gallon. How many miles per gallon does a Honda get? I'm going to say 30, and the Prius 45 as an average. The cost of gasoline. Of course, the cost of gasoline is a big factor. Let's say $5 to begin with. We're going to do $5 per gallon. I'm going to just format that range of cells by highlighting it, format cells, and I'm going to do currency because I know I have some more currency to put in. And I'm going to just copy this because this cell here, this cell E14, needs to be in both of these down here as well. Okay, and then we'll type in the annual gas cost. That's a biggie. So this is a formula here. This is going to be equals, and a parentheses, C15 divided by D15, and then times the gas price, which is going to be E15. And that again I can copy and paste down there. Alright, and then we go to the cost of the car. I'm going to estimate Honda would cost about $19,000 and the Prius about $25,000. And then we get to our annual savings. Of course, what we're after is to save money. And that's an easy calculation because it's the annual cost minus the annual cost of the Prius. So we have our F15 minus F16, $833. Again, I'm going to format that to show the cell in a currency rather than just a general number. And finally, we have our how many years does it take to make it up. So years to make up. Alright, and in this case it's another formula that we're going to use, G16 minus G15 and divided by F19, which is the annual savings. Alright, so there we have it, 7.2 years to make up the cost, with the gas price being $5 and the miles driven being 15,000. Now I'm going to highlight those two and we're going to play around with those figures for a second. Let's say you drove 30,000 miles every year, and with the gas price being $9. Okay, then it would only take you 2 years to make up the difference. If you take the gas price at $4.20, which it is currently, it would only take you $4 or 4.29 years to make up the difference. But if you drive the average that insurance companies say that you drive, 12,000, notice then it takes almost 11 years to make up the difference. So it depends how much you drive and the price of the gasoline. If gas goes up to $6 a gallon and you're driving 15,000, not 150,000. Alright, and then it would take about 6 years. You'd have to hold on to the car for at least 6 years to break even with the price difference of the car being 25,000 to 19,000. And of course we can play around with those figures too. Let's say it was 27,000 instead, then it would take 8 years to make up. But if it was, I don't know, 18,000 for the Honda, then it would take 9 years. 24. Depends what kind of deal you can get on the car. So you can play around with these figures all day long, but that shows you how to easily make up a spreadsheet to calculate the difference. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.